and full swing, and remove a counter, get them down to 4. And they have the board wipe here, right? Smile at Death. Oh, we're also playing Smile at Death, but bad news, my friend. That doesn't trigger until your upkeep. And I don't think you live that long. Hey, we did it.
What does the scouter say about his power level? Over 9,000!
Oh, hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Average Zen, your host of Average Zen Presents. We are coming at you live on Twitch from Average Zen Presents. Or perhaps you're watching on YouTube at Average Zen. It is a Brewsday edition. Yes, we have stormed up a brew, or in this case, today, a rehash of a brew. But I'll tell you why in a moment. But if you haven't already, give us a like, subscribe, comment, follow, all the good stuff. Keep it coming, all the clicks. And bring it in, Zen community. It helps us out, all of you that have already. And thank you so much, all of you that will in the future. Thank you so much. We are as one. So let's talk about our rehash of the day. You may remember we tried playing Garnet, Princess of Alexandria, early on in the Final Fantasy season when it first came out. And, I was not impressed with the way it performed on camera. Off camera, I have to say, it was complete flip-flop. The first time I played this deck on Ranked, it did wonderfully. It was amazing. And then we played it on camera. It did not do well. And I said, I'm obsessing about this deck. I said it could have been better. It should have been better. So let's rehash Garnet Princess of Alexandria, or as I'm calling it, Garnet Summons. In case you're not aware, Garnet Princess of Alexandria is Selesnya colors 2/2 lifelink. Whenever she attacks, you may remove a lore counter from each of any number of sagas you control. Any number. Put a +1/+1 counter on Garnet for each lore counter removed this way. This is a good way to make that lifelink, and all of a sudden gaining us tons of life, make Garnet really big, and keep our relevant summons in play, such as Summon Fenrir. How would you like to get all the basics out of your deck so you're only drawing fire? And then let it move on. Now would you like all your stuff to come in with a +1/+1 counter? Yes. Or draw cards. Well, I guess you can't do the third chapter over and over again, but the first two. And then we have Primal Garuda, which we can infinitely, essentially, threaten to deal 4 damage to a tapped creature an opponent controls, or we can allow Garnet to get flying and +1/+0, or maybe another creature. Over and over again with Garnet in play. I like the Witch's Vanity here. As a one-of, I like the Heritage Reclamation as a little bit of a graveyard hate, as well as Strategic Betrayal. It also doubles as artifact and enchantment removal, which may be relevant. Bitter Triumph I like because we can get rid of excess copies of Garnet, and we can always get them back with Smile at Death or Harnessed Snubhorn. Yes, because this can get our artifacts or enchantments from the graveyard onto the battlefield, and we have Smile at Death, which can bring them back from the graveyard, our creature's power or 2 or less, and they come in with a +1/+1 counter. Card draw. Enduring Innocence, we have 3 of them, more life gain, a single Day of Judgment, couple of split ups. We've taken out the authority of the consoles in this deck since the Corey Steelcutter decks are no longer a thing. Replaced them with a couple of Duress, and took down the High Noons. The Agatha Soul Cauldron decks are still out there, so it seems relevant, as well as being able to deal that 5 damage to any target because we're playing 4-0 Starting Town. If we get one of those, we have access to red. Simple, easy peasy. We would like to get some Problem Odin into the graveyard while we have Harness Snubhorn out there, maybe with flying. Or, worst case scenario, we get Huntsman's Redemption, we can hardcast any of that by sacrificing the beast token. You got to see it in action. We got a couple of the other Garnet till Alexandros the 17th, Lauren of the Third Path in Disguise, for more artifact and enchantment hate, as well as a little late game card draw. I like the combination of Garnet and this Garnet, Lauren, and High Noon. You don't mind giving your opponent a bunch of cards if they can't cast more than one of them at a turn. So let's take it into the queue and see if we can get Garnet Summons to behave this time. We need the Summons to stay in their lane. And Shuffler and Matchmaker and our opponents, I guess. Up against Chipsville 118, the Initiate. It's Cloud versus Sephiroth time. Alright, we're on the play. This is decent. I wish we had a green source, but we have some plays. Alright, there's a Scamp. Let's go with a Swamp and another Scavenger. No attacks. We're not going to be able to cast anything, are we? Next turn, unless we draw a green source or a white source. That's unfortunate. Well, let's go ahead and get rid of the Scamp. Reverberating Summons. And we'll attack in, I guess. This is kind of a flop on the first hand here. Okay. Well, the Garnet can get rid of the Reverberating Summons at least. And I kind of hope we hit a green or a white source next turn. Starting down would be bad, but at least it would get us there. Already up against it. Shuffler? Why? Alright, they get in for 2. We hit a green source, a Calais. Let us go ahead and attack in with everybody. See if they block with the Scamp. And they do not. Alright, Garnet, come on down. We have 2 Garnets on the battlefield. Oh, shocking. That's not preferred, but we do have the Harness Snubhorn. That's going to be a little bit more difficult to get rid of, and it can get us stuff back from the graveyard eventually. Alright. I mean, we definitely block. I'll even do you a favor. No, we don't block, right? Are they going to sacrifice? They do. To any target, huh? To our face. Alright, we're at 5. And still no way. My goodness. Okay. Alright, let's go Optimistic Scavenger. And the Huntsman's Redemption. That'll get a bunch of triggers off those Optimistic Scavengers. We'll make our Garnet, our other Garnet, really big. And now we have a 5/4 Vigilance. And they probably just have burn spells in their hand, right? If it's all burn, we probably die. Screaming Nemesis. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, you definitely shouldn't have attacked there. We're just going to deal 1 damage to it. Take no damage ourselves. Alright, that's fine. But I think that means you're dead next turn. We're going to decline. Get lost on the Duelist. Go ahead and attack in. There we go. We managed to play around the Screaming Nemesis. That was pretty good. Alright, let's try it again. Alright, Fiendish Panda time. Oh, I do love the Fiendish Panda. Come on, Garnet. We gotta work for the money. We need to set it up so we have a summons in play when she can attack. So we can see this machine in action. Natasha, the standard bearer. Alright, we're on the play. We can even do a turn 1 duress. Well, this is like a very removal heavy hand here. I don't hate it, but give our opponents the wrong idea. Bitter Triumph, oh my. Fear missing out, Vagavoth. Okay, so we're dealing with Graveyard. Good thing we have a Strategic Betrayal in hand. Alright, well, let's pass it on down the line. We have a board wipe, Strategic Betrayal to get rid of their Graveyard. They get rid of Valgavoth. Okay. Well, let's split up, destroy all untapped creatures. That is correct. That will force them, I think, to maybe discard the Trumpeting Carnosaur. Liliana the Veil. And oh yes, yes, please. Discard another bomb. We're going to discard our Valkyrie's Call because we don't have any creatures right now to worry about. But now we do. We're just going to go ahead and do this. There you go. Alright, we're going to discard Day of Judgment because they don't have any creatures. Oh, they got Arden in the graveyard. Oh, no. And another Liliana. Okay, now we're just drawing lands, but at least we can filter out some of these lands. Let's get a green source in play. Maybe now we can drop bombs. Are they got a minus on Liliana? That would be better than them, ultimating on us. At this point, I mean, we were not favored in this matchup once they started making us discard. But at least we have a Garnet. They can -2 again, and they probably will. There you go. Liliana. Wonderful. Removal on a stick. Coiling Rebirth. Gets nothing. Oh, from a graveyard. I didn't know they could take our stuff. No, get out of here. You're not taking our stuff. I didn't know Arden could choose our graveyard. Usually you just see it choosing their opponent's graveyard. That is messed up though. They got bomb after bomb. We got rid of 2 bombs and they found a 3rd bomb to put in the graveyard and bring back. And we just, yeah, we were up against it there. No chance. Even with the duress, they drew into all that. Alright, McGibbons, Dauntless Drafter. We're on the play. At least we have our colors this time. And this looks like a decent start. We have not had an ideal start on any opening hand yet. If we can get another white source, I think the Enduring Innocence looks pretty good here. In fact, I think it looks really good. Grand Executioner of Thane. Okay, we did it. We did it. Well, let's go Princess of Alexandria. And no attacks. If Garnet lives, we go Fenrir, main phase, attack, grab another white source. Alright, do they attack in? They do. Okay, that was a mistake. Alright, so Rogue's Passage, Fenrir. Put a counter on Garnet. Grab a white source and attack in with Garnet. Remove a counter from Fenrir. All right, we're doing it. Don't kill Garnet. We're doing a thing. Thought Stalker Warlock. Well, we will discard the Strategic Betrayal because there is another and no blocks. And let's grab a black source. And we'll go Strategic Betrayal. They probably get rid of the Thought Stalker Warlock, right? They did not. Interesting. Well, we're going to attack in with a 4/4. Remove a counter from Fenrir. Make that a 5/5. Gain some life and go Enduring Innocence. Put a counter on Enduring Innocence. The Sibsig Ceremony. What? I have not seen this main phased or in Standard since we tried to do it. Okay, well, we definitely don't block. And let's grab a forest. Let's get lost on the token. We'll Bitter Triumph on that token. Take the life. And full swing. And remove a counter. Get them down to 4. And they have the board wipe here, right? Smile at Death. Oh, we're also playing Smile at Death, but bad news, my friend. That doesn't trigger until your upkeep. And I don't think you live that long. Hey, we did it.
What does the scouter say about his power level? Over 9,000!
Hyper combo finish!
Oh, I do love Fenrir and Garnet together. A match made in heaven. Well, let's do it again. Flavinus and the Initiate. Alright, starting town's not crazy about. We're also on the draw, but we do have a pretty good setup here if we're willing to pay some life for it. But we should be able to get it back if we can get Garnet to stick. Alright, all we need is a third land, and up against Golgari, keeping it on top. Alright, let's pay the life for Optimistic Scavenger. We even have a Heritage Reclamation. I like it. It may come in handy. All 3 modes might be relevant here. Alright, to the top. And they have an elf. I gotta tell you, I'm not crazy about that, but I have to assume they want to trade. Nope, no trade, huh? Alright, well, here's a Garnet. We're going to pay a little bit of life for that, and I have to believe in the heart of the cards that we get a land next turn. An untapped land. Insidious Roots. And Molt Tender. Uh-oh. Well, here's the thing. We did not, in fact, get what we wanted. So, that leaves us in a difficult position. I think we go... Darn. Okay. I think we strategic betray... No. Tell you what, let's duress. And cash grab can go. Well, optimistic scavenger. I feel better about this now. We'll wait until they fill up the graveyard, and then we'll go. And you know what? We'll attack in with the scavenger as well. They're not going to block with the Molt Tender. That's the way they fill the graveyard. Alright, still looking for that third land. Harvester of Misery. Alright then. Well, we can get lost on that. We did not hit our third land. We do have a Smile at Death somewhere. Alright, cash grab. And they grab what? Oh, the Disruptive Stormbrood. Oh, no. This is going to be a tough matchup for us, I think. Alright, we finally hit a third land. Okay, we have to cast Summon Fenrir now. And what do we need? We need a Black Source? Yeah, what you thinking? You got the Stormbrood on the guy there. All right, well, we got that out of their hand, and then they, oh yes, impinged on the Overlord, and now, oh, they hit 2 Agatha Soul Cauldrons. This is gonna be sick when we strategic betrayal that. They got the Harvester of Misery back. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, let's strategic betrayal there. And then this will also be cutting down their mana. Then we Heritage Reclamation on the Insidious Roots. And destroy target enchantment on Insidious Roots. And now they have 4 mana. So they cannot cast the Harvester of Misery anymore. We use Garnet to get rid of the Overlord of the Baelmerk. Oh my goodness. Okay. Cankerbloom. We got the land. Okay, yeah, because they want that Harvester of Misery back. But we have the High Noon. We can get rid of that again. But we have to get rid of the Overlord with Garnet. Alright, down to... Oh, man. Okay, well. Let's cast Garnet, get rid of the Overlord. Play the High Noon. And now they can use the Harvester of Misery. And then we kill the Harvester of Misery with the High Noon. And that still leaves us losing to the Insidious, the root tokens. We could use a split up. Cody Scavenger. To get Insidious roots back. Ah, come on. But you cannot cast it. High Noon, buddy. Oh, but they can discard it. Alright, well, we're pretty much boned. So I guess let's just scoop it up because we're going to have to pay too much life for this. Oh my goodness. We had the tools. They were somewhere. Oh my goodness. If we can just get a decent hand together, I think we can work through something like that. But it just didn't work out. Them being able to cast that early Harvester of Misery and wipe the board. And we could not find our Smile at Death and come back. And they had a Canker Bloom anyway. They had all the answers. Thoris with the Terra avatar. That's a spicy looking Terra. Alright, we're on the play. Looking good here in the neighborhood. Let's go Optimistic Scavenger. We do have the Pain lands. But Fenrir can help us with that if we can find a third mana. Seem to be saying that a lot. Alright, they have a Verge, the Orzhov Verge. No? Okay. Well, I guess we'll just play another Optimistic Scavenger. No lands for us. And once again, that third mana, the elusive third mana, Campbell. Okay, well, I guess we're doing this. We have two Fenrirs just waiting to find our basics. If we can just find a third mana. Opponent's on 4 now. Hey, well, there it is. Alright, summon Fenrir. We'll spread the love. Alright, and we need a green mana. Kutzel's Flanker. Okay. Are they gonna block? Probably not, right? Alright. That means Summon Primal Garuda might be a good answer next turn. Sunfall. Uh-oh. Okay, well, that wasn't great. Well, Optimistic Scavenger. Then I guess we need a white source. Summon Fenrir. Put the counter on the Scavenger. Grab a white source. And we're ramping. We are back now ahead of the curve. We're not worried about the token because we have Garnet, as well as the Summon Primal Garuda. What, Sheltered by Ghosts on the Fenrir or the Scavenger? Is that what we're looking at now? We have a Requisition Raid. No, no, that takes it out of range. Okay. That's fine. I guess this is what we're doing. Alright, but we have the Snubhorn. I think the Snubhorn is the answer. Snubhorn and the Huntsman's Redemption for Garnet. No witnesses. Oh my goodness. What are we doing? This is a clue? Yeah, we'll sacrifice it and draw a card. Yeah, okay. So, Snubhorn. And trapped in the screen. What is going on? Okay. Alright, I guess we'll go Huntsman's Redemption then. And pass the turn. Doesn't feel great. Alright, we will in fact sacrifice this. And grab ourselves a Garnet. Duress the opponent. And get rid of that last board wipe. I'm hoping. No, 2 planes? Okay, beautiful. Alright, give Garnet some some buffins there. Let's go summon Primal Garuda. And attack in. We'll remove a counter. Are we coming back from this? Are we gonna manage to dodge more removal? I mean, we have infinite 4 damage to a tapped creature. Here's where we distinguish ourselves and destroy this. Auto pay. And let's go ahead and swing in. Remove the counter. Well, now we have a scaling threat, and I think they need a board wipe now. Haha! Garnet got there. Love to see it. Snubhorn was going to keep on bringing back all of our enchantments, our summons. So I love to see that, the Snubhorn making a difference. The dinosaurs in Garnet. I get to see her ride a Triceratops. Alright, let's see what we got up against Chad. The Chad. Alright, we're on the draw. I like our plays, though. If we can find a summon, that would be great. But at least we have mana. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4 curve. Not that we want to play the Day of Judgment. We're hoping it doesn't come to that. Oh, there it is. There is the Fenrir. Okay, new plan. Alright, what you got, opponent? What's the Evolving Wilds into the Plains about? What are we looking at here? Another Evolving Wilds. Yeah, you're getting the colorless mana curse. Alright, well, we have a Garnet. Auto pay. And attack. We are curving out. Into what? I don't know. We'll see what our opponent throws in our way now. Bristly Bill. Uh-oh. Man, it's a 4/4 all of a sudden. I don't like that. What's with the white, though? I'm not getting this Selesnya Bristly Bill. Let's get our ramp on. I am fine with this. We'll buff up Garnet. We'll get a land in the way of a white mana and attack in with Garnet and see if they want to trade Bristly Bill. I don't think they'll trade Bristly Bill. This is your shot. Either way, we get another land next turn. If they block with Bristly Bill and then put something horrible down, yeah, then we have the Day of Judgment. That's fine. We will be ahead on lands, which is not something we say a lot of on this channel. Split up? No. Okay. Well, we have card draw and Enduring Innocence. And we also have the Smiles at Death somewhere. And maybe we can draw into it. Saz's Chocobo? Are you going to follow up with that after you've used all your... Okay, well, here's an Enduring Innocence. Oh, we drew Primal Odin. Missed a land drop, though. Oh, there's a Delny involved. Interesting. Our opponent is also playing a Strange Brew. That means our High Noon might be very valuable. Let's go with another Enduring Innocence. And draw a card. And attack. Come on, game. There you go. Alright, we gain some life. We'll wait for him to flood the board out. Alright, they drew all those cards. They surely have another thing. And they need to draw some more cards. Alright, we got another tap land. Let's go with attack in with everybody. And they block one. Interesting. Well, I think we go with the High Noon. They just drew a bunch of cards and they've got 6 mana. That's going to be a little frustrating. They're going to have to deal with that. Yes, Stroke of Midnight. I didn't know that that was in Standard. That's pretty good. And we get to draw some cards, and we got a Valkyrie's Call involved. Oh my goodness, this changes everything. This means we can board wipe and get all our stuff back. What are we gonna do? What are we about to do? Oh, and they have a Tifa. You know what? Maybe we just go ahead and board wipe. Not worry about it. Alright, down to 20. Concealed Courtyard. And let's go ahead and attack in. Day of Judgment. Optimistic Scavenger, draw a few cards. Looking good. Scavenging Ooze. Uh-oh. Graveyard Hay, I don't like it. What do we have in there that they might get? Oh, we have a lot. Alright, well, they can exile almost everything relevant from there. But we do have the Bitter Triumph. Alright, they've done it. Well, let's go with a Duress. And it's a Plains. Okay. Bitter Triumph. We'll pay 3 life and get rid of the Scavenging Ooze. Play Valkyrie's Call. With the +1 and attack. And then next turn we go summon Primal Odin if they play something. There's the Scavenging Ooze part 2. Yeah, I think that means we win with the Primal Odin. I think that means we win. Oh my goodness. Summon Primal Odin, followed by a Garnet. What? What? This just got ridiculous. This just got absolutely bonkers. And we get to draw some cards. Play a land for turn. I like it. Alright, and they have to put a creature out on the board right now, or summon Primal Odin. Does them in. Yeah, let's go with the Witch's Vanity. That's not 2 or less. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we're going to put a counter on Garnet, grab a land, play summon Primal Garuda, put a counter on Garnet, play Witch's Vanity, put a counter on Garnet, and attack. And we'll remove a counter from summon Primal Odin, Fenrir, Garuda, and Witch's Vanity. And we have a 9/9. But then if they don't block Primal Odin, yeah, then they die anyway. Whoa, we got the Primal Odin win. My goodness.
What does the scouter say about his power level? Over 9,000.
Hyper combo finish!
Oh man, good times. Well, let's see if we can do it again. One more time. Come on, Garnet combo. You see, we have a shot. The last time I played this deck, we didn't get to show off any of this. It was just the worst. It's probably the worst day on Marina I've ever had. Jaxie. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get the bull, sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear eats you, is what they say, right? Somebody says that. Alright, this hand does not work. This hand may work. I guess we get rid of the Day of Judgment. We have removal, we have interaction, we have whatever high noon is. Alright, our opponent, while they're thinking it over, we'll take the chance to take in a nice calming breath. Ready? Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Feeling good. Well, let's see if our opponent has joined us. Anything? Signs of life? Sheep. Alright, there we go. We'll do that. And get rid of the Day of Judgment. And we start out with a Scavenger and say go ahead. I think we go Witch's Vanity if they're creature deck. High noon otherwise. Yep. No blocks. Alright, yep, Witch's Vanity. Get rid of the Swift Spear. Buff our guy. And attack. Ember Heart Challenger, you say? But opponent, what if I told you you can only cast one spell per turn? Will that impress you at all? A Bane Splitter. Alright, so we're going to take a little bit of damage, but then we're going to Strategic Betrayal and be fine. The high dude got him. They're like, what? No. Alright. That was a quick one. Let's try it again. Taking apart mono red. My goodness. Overseer the Mighty. I like the Cruel Claw avatar. Starting down on the draw, but we do have things. Alright, well, let's go with it. We need a green source, notably. And or, hey, there it is. Alright, Optimistic Scavenger, we'll pay it. And then we need another white source. There's a Sausage Chocobo. Alright, green source check. Auto pay. We got a 2-2. Nope. Okay, no blocks. We need another white source. Badly now. Traveling Chocobo gonna double their life, or their landfall triggers. That's not great. Alright, come on, double white. We need double white. That's a starting town. That does count, I think. Let us tack in and get cheeky. We have to get rid of that Chocobo. Alright, destroy all untapped creatures. Totally worth it. And then next turn, Enduring Innocence is a good blocker to gain us some life back until we find the mana for Valkyrie's Call. Alright, let's go ahead and get the Concealed Courtyard down now. Enduring Innocence. I imagine they have like a Snakeskin Veil or something here holding priority. Put the counter on Garnet. And attack. Yeah, I'm sorry, Garnet. We don't have any sagas for you yet. We'll tell you a story later. Next turn, we get down Valkyrie's Call, and things get spicy. Well, Land of War Elf, check. Alright, I think the answer here is take the hit. I don't think they're dealing 14 damage to us, and I think we can take the hit. Alright, down to 9. Alright, there it is. Valkyrie's Call. And that means we put a counter on a Princess here. And attack in with a 4-4. Gain some life. Deal some damage. Maybe. Alright, they have to answer the Valkyrie's Call, otherwise they don't have any good attacks. Alright, they don't seem concerned about that. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the Fabled Passage. Get that Sausage Chocobo even bigger. Alrighty, and I think here's what we do. We block there and block there. Overprotect gives it trample, but we're not dead. Down to 3. Our guys come back though. Maybe we should have done that in a different order. Alright, well, it doesn't matter. Let's Strategic Betrayal. Get rid of the Chocobo. Duress. Take a look at their hand. Just a land? Okay, then. Well, I guess we're good to attack, then. And come back from the brink. Hydrahexamine. Hey, man, it's been a while. I've created an evil deck, only beaten by Farewell. But when I get the wild cards, it will be unbeatable. It's a green-white control deck. Well, that's interesting. Only beaten by Farewell. Well, is it a commander or brawl deck? Or is it a historic best of one? Oh, okay. I'm curious. Can you give us the gist of it in a few words? I like an unbeatable deck that's only beaten by Farewell. We can do this. This looks decent. Alright, start out with a scavenger. We got our third land. That is excellent. This looks like Rakdos, Graveyard, Invasion. Yeah, okay. And they put the Gishath in the graveyard. And they will have it next turn. That is unfortunate. So that means we have to hold up Heritage Reclamation. We have the tools. We have the technology. Do they go for it? They sure do. Alright. Well, let's exile Gishath and draw a card. Uh-huh. Alright. I like it. How about a Garnet? And we'll attack in for 1. We are missing a land drop, so we got to get Garnet down now and get Fenrir down next turn. Oh, they found an Atali. Okay, well, missed another land drop. Let's put a counter on Garnet. And grab a green source? No, white source. And attack. Remove a counter from Fenrir. Make Garnet bigger, down to 12. You're gonna zombify a tally and get one of our wonky summons there? No? Okay. Well, let's get a black source or a green source. Yeah, green source. Play our land for turn. Play out. What do we have in the graveyard? Nothing relevant. Alright, so I guess we go Optimistic Scavenger. And High Noon? Just to make Garnet bigger? And attack. Remove a counter from Fenrir. And that's almost lethal. So close. Oh wow. Hydrahexamine says I have a sphere of safety so they can't attack me. I have Herald of Eternal Dawn so they can't beat me by running out of cards. I have Avacyn to give everything indestructible. You know what? We'll take the damage. No blocks. I have Sigarda to make an opponent can't make me sack anything. Leyline of Sanctity, so I have Hexproof, 9 Lives, and Solemnity, so I can't lose by damage. Oh my goodness, it has gained so much life. I was not expecting that. Oh yeah. I said a few words, Hydra. Alright then, I mean, our best bet here just became what? I guess we grab a swamp, land, And what? We gotta get rid of Rakdos joins up. And attack in with a 7/7. Remove the counter from Fenrir. That's now an 8/8, so they have to block. They probably have so many other ways to bring stuff back, though. Alright, we got Gishath. But they found another Rakdos joins up. Okay. Alright then. Yeah, I'm cooked, Hydra. Oh man, if only we would gotten the strategic betrayal there. Or another, heritage reclamation. We have the tools, we just didn't find it. They got lucky. We could deal with that deck, definitely. We definitely have the tools. Well, let's try Moon Imba the Mighty. Last game of the hour. Oh, 90% win rate, you say. Green-white control. You know, that sounds interesting. Alright, I like it. I like this. Let's go Duress into Garnet into Fenrir. Not a lot of people have fast enough decks to kill it before it gets going. Yeah, I can see that. Alright, let's get rid of the Rest in Peace. Or Raise the Past. Well, you know what? We'll get rid of the Sheltered by Ghosts. So, Hydra says, I also have enchantments to give home my enchantment shroud. Oh, yeah. Alright, Garnet, go. And then we Fenrir. Heritage Reclamation gets rid of the Skrell's Hive. I guess we go Starting Town since it'll come into play untapped otherwise. And we need a what? Black source? No, we need another white source. Alright, attack. Remove the counter. We got a 3/3. Gain some life. And next turn, oh, they're exercising Fenrir. Well, that's not very nice. Alright, we have the tools. We have the technology. Optimistic Scavenger. Witch's Vanity. Get rid of the Sanctifier. Put a counter on Garnet. Heritage Reclamation. Destroy the Skrell's Hive. And swing in. And tick down Witch's Vanity. Lay down arms on Garnet. Oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, well, we blocked there. We're gonna end up Day of Judgmenting anyway. And destroy that. Play our Optimistic Scavenger. And pass the turn. I think we've evened the playing field here. No blocks. They have their own Optimistic Scavenger. Interesting. Alright, well, let's get in for one. I don't think they're going to trade. We might be able to get away with a one-sided board wipe here. We'll see what they do. I mean, it won't be one-sided because they'll still have the doll maker's shop. So they'll still have one creature after they attack in here, but that's better than the Optimistic Scavenger. We don't want that around. Alright, you got that. And the doll token doesn't make more doll tokens. Alright, down to 22. Sacrifice the food, gain some life. Alright, we make a wicked roll, which also triggers Optimistic Scavenger, put a counter on it. Split up on all tapped creatures. You have a way to untap it? Okay, well, no. That's fine, I guess. They have a 3/3, and they sheltered, and they drew into another Sheltered by Ghosts to get rid of our Optimistic Scavenger, so now we have the Day of Judgment. This is fine. Alright, get our Optimistic Scavenger back. I found another Optimistic Scavenger. This is the optimism fight. Alright, we have a land. We have a Fenrir. Fenrir will grab us something. What will you grab us? I think a forest. We have a Huntsman's Redemption. Make a 3/3. Grow our Optimistic Scavenger and attack in. Looking pretty good. Lay down arms on Fenrir. Oh, come on, man. And a Sheltered by... God, they do 2 Sheltered by Ghosts in a row? You gotta be kidding me. Alright then. Well, we attack in with a 3/3. Alright, well, we have enchantments in the graveyard, right? I think we attack in with a 3/3. And they block. Cast a Snubhorn. Well, now they got problems. They gotta get rid of the Snubhorn. Alright, we play the Optimistic Scavenger. Attack in with everybody. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay, I guess they're just going to draw everything they possibly could need. I guess they draw everything they need and we get nothing. No blocks. Alright. Where's our removal? There it is. Alright, get rid of their Sheltered by Ghosts. Optimistic Scavenger on the Optimistic Scavenger trigger. Optimistic Scavenger on the Garnet. And attack in with a 4/4 and a 3/3. Alright, down to 4. Do they top deck another answer? No. But they may top deck another answer here. Oh, is this a board wipe? Well, we block there. And no blocks on the life gainer. Shard Mage's Rescue. Oh, come on. Are you serious? They're just getting all the answers they need. That's fine. I guess we sacrifice the 1/1. And what do we need? We need Summon Primal Odin. We cast Summon Primal Odin. Get rid of the Optimistic Scavenger. Put a counter on Garnet. Attack in, attack in, attack in. Yeah, triple block. I would love that. Odin would love that. Do you admit defeat, opponent? Next turn, we give Odin Trample. Yeah, go for it. Alright, they draw a card. Did they find the answer? Because we definitely block the 4-3 lifelinker. Well, no. We definitely block there. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, they gave it first strike. They drew exactly what they needed again. But it does not matter. Because we have trample. Do you have a way to, at instant speed, stop Primal Odin? And Optimistic Scavenger. And, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? No, we still get through with the damage, man. You still lose. And that's game. Yes. Very nice. That was a struggle. They had every answer and we still pulled it out. Excellent. Wonderful. This showing, I'm glad we rehashed Garnet Summons because this is the way that I'm used to this deck play. And the last time we showed it, it was womp womp. But this is a lot of fun. I gotta tell you, we have tricks, we have moves, and I'm glad that I got to share it with all of you. So please, love one another, be cool, don't be a jerk, and have fun playing Magic the Gathering. We'll see you next time. It's a Ranked Wednesday tomorrow. I'm excited. We got pigs in space, or magic cards in space. Boom. We're going to be doing some drafting. Stick in for that. We'll see if we can't climb the ladder. Until then.